Much can be said about Kun-Lai Summit, and its role in Pandaren history is great, due in part to its role in the rebellion against the Mogu. Arriving in Banan village, which is also the location of the Blue Moon Festival scenario, you catch up with the troops from the Horde Alliance who fought in the Jade Forest. With the locals being attacked by heavy Yongle forces, the Pandaren decide to ally themselves with the newcomers to the land, setting up small bases of operation. Further questing in the zone brings you by the Grummel Bazaar, where you can grab the pricey Grand Expedition Yak Mount. Continuing on, you meet up with Lore Walker Cho, who leads you up Mount Neverest, and also through the Valley of the Emperors. While in the valley, keep a lookout for the Mogu sorcerer rare spawn, Borgrin Darkfist, who if you defeat, you can have a small army of puppies. Yeah, puppies. Continuing the quest will bring you up against the Yongle forces that are battling the Shadowpan. After helping out at the front lines, you end up being sent to Shadowpan Monastery for reinforcements. Shadowpan Monastery is also a dungeon for those level 87 to 90. Any monk who is leveling will spend some time in Kun-Lai Summit. At the peak of Serenity lies a large group of masters in the ways of the monk. This area holds a good deal of monk class quests, giving you some nice gear and a powerful leveling buff. Travel due east of the Peak of Serenity and you will arrive at the Temple of the White Tiger. If you make a quick stop and do the Crypt of Forgotten King scenario, you can still head over and Zuin will be awaiting you to give you dailies for the August Celestials, instruct you in the Arena of Annihilation scenario, and will grant you access into the Veil of Eternal Blossoms after testing you. Travel north of the temple to arrive at Mogushan Terrace. This raid will be opened 1 week after Mist releases, and you can help take down some of the Mogu forces, along with finding some Titan technology. When not raiding the terrace, you can take on the Shah of Anger, the second of the world bosses in Pandaria. On the borders of this zone there are some nice gems to be found, such as the Tuskar, who somehow lives here. One of the harder to locate Sons of Krelmandar resides nearby as well, where if you kill him, you start your journey to get the Great Lobstermorn. Heading to the Great Pandaren Wall, you can find the Horde's PvP vendor. On the nearby Kota Peak, you can find the rare spawn, Skithik, who will drop a useful item for challenge modes. Then head inside the mountain to take on Courageous Yan, Kun-Lai's master pet tamer. If you head to Kun-Lai to do some gathering, you can find many materials here, including Ghost Iron, Rich Ghost Iron, Trillium Ore, Green Tea Leaf, Snow Lily, and Shaw-Touched Herb. The fish you can find here include giant mantis shrimp swarms, reef octopus swarms, spinefish, and tiger gourami schools. Now it's also worth noting that any gatherer should head over to Fire Camp also at some point to try and kill Corda Tauros, a rare spawn Yongle. He'll drop some cloth gloves, but they do give you a passive of getting increased materials from gathers in Pandaria. In the beta, he was not dropping them 100% towards the end of the beta, but this could change into live, so it's worth giving it a try at least. There's much lore to be found in this area as well, as it is so vast. This lore includes Mogu, Jinyu, Hosen, the last Emperor of Pandaria, and the Yongle. Overall, this zone is just amazing. It's huge, it's vast, there's so much to explore and see and do in it. It's getting a very high rating of 4.5 lore walkers out of 5 for being so awesome. Now that's all for this zone. If you enjoyed, feel free to give it a thumbs up, it helps out a lot. Feel free to also look at the other zone reviews. The first 3 zones, also including the Veiled Stair, are already out, and the last 3 zones will be covered as soon as possible. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next zone.